What's up, cyberspace cadets? That's right. It's Sunday. You know what that means. It's time for ice cream. And the concept behind ice cream is simple. Most people see ice cream as a treat, and in an ingenious branding idea I had, I thought I would tie everything, because of the cream stream, and to have cream in the title, right? And a treat to me is talking to somebody that I find fascinating, or I find interesting, or somebody I want to know more about. And today's case is no exception. This dude is known for a fantastic voice, great production quality, and great content. There's nothing else I can say, but let's say welcome to the one and only Undoomed.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, man, what's up?
Just relaxing, just chilling.
Feeling sassy today?
Yeah, always.
All right, y'all. So the way I do this, man, is I've got some questions I've got written down, and I start at YouTube, and then when we're at the end of everything, we'll be back at YouTube, and I'll have more questions about that, and then we'll be done, man. Most people say it goes by quickly, so I'm trying to speak English again.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess in chat, if you have any questions for Undoomed, please write them down during the process, and so I'll take a couple minutes at the end to take questions from y'all. So it's a good way to get everybody involved. Let me say hey to Duck Dog, Straight Sith Male, of course, RVA Dar, what up, dude? Moonshock, hey man. Straight Sith Male, I said that. Fat Andy, Moonshock. All right, well, damn, we got people talking in the chat. They obviously conversating. Anyway, without any further ado, Mr. Undoomed, how long have you been on YouTube? What was the main reason that you decided to get on the other side of the screen, is what I call it, and start broadcasting? Go ahead.
I think I started 5 years ago. Probably pretty exactly 5 years, as far as I remember. I think it was April or May or something.
Wow.
I had to vent. Basically, I work in a profession where I can't say anything. I just have to go with the flow and accept everything. All the political correctness they can ram down my throat. So I just needed somewhere to vent anonymously, basically, because I'd get fired.
Totally understand that, man. I totally understand that. Because that's the big push with HR nowadays, isn't it?
Sorry?
Human resources and companies and stuff. Pushing the agenda.
Right. They'll definitely fire you if you step out of line.
So, all right. So, what's the idea behind Undoomed himself, and how much of Undoomed is the real you? Would you say?
Well, I mean, the character was just. It was basically just me looking around stock footage sites, trying to come up with something for the avatar. And so just at some point I just said, well, how about he doesn't have a face? And I tried that and I liked it. Turned out to be kind of like a Slender Man, and that was cool. So I just went with it. I never expected to get anyone to subscribe to me, so I didn't put too much thought into it when I started.
Right. When it kind of fits in with that Anon thing, in the internet communities and substrata there. So, yeah, man. So how much would you say is the real you?
Well, I mean, the opinions are the real me, and sometimes I ham it up to make the videos a little bit in terms of my voice, and I probably sound a little bit different in a live stream than I do in my videos, because I'm trying to make it interesting, trying to do the radio voice a little bit more, but you know what I mean?
Sure, man. And it's like,
but the opinions are still mine.
Good. All right, and that's what I wanted to know, dude. And now I'm gonna like kind of do some biographical stuff, and let's see. Is there a food from your childhood? And I ask everybody this question. I love this question. Is there a food from your childhood that you hated as a child, but you like it now as an adult?
Cheese.
Oh, any in specific?
I don't know. I mean, looking back at it now, I can't understand not liking cheese. It's one of my favorite things. But when I was a kid, it just, I hated it.
I hear you. All right, well, cool. And moving on, well, who would you say was the most influential person from your childhood?
From my childhood, probably my brother.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah. Is there a specific
he was.
reason?
He was extremely smart, and went all the way up to medical doctor and beyond.
Oh wow.
So he was pretty high up.
Somebody to aspire to. Yeah, that's awesome. So, what kind of kid were you? And this is kind of leading to a specific question.
Yeah, pretty wild. Pretty did all the bad things and did got in trouble and pretty much tried all the stuff you shouldn't try and did all the stuff you shouldn't do.
Okay, we'll get there. What about the Darth Vader thing?
Yeah, well, when you're a kid, you get stupid ideas, and I just was convinced that I should change my name to Darth Vader.
Yeah, all right. So, what was it about the character that appealed to you?
He was just the baddest ass ever, who doesn't Darth Vader appeal to? Come on.
Exactly.
I mean, he just fucking up everyone, being the absolute ruler, except for later in the movies. I guess he had the Emperor, but whatever. When I was a kid, I just thought that was the coolest thing ever, and I was absolutely convinced that should be my name as well. I don't know. I was probably 6 or 7 or something.
Nifty, man. I just always I heard you talking about it, and you said that was your gender, and when you were a kid, I thought that was funny.
Exactly. I mean, it's like these kids that get it into their head that they're gonna be the other sex now, and they're 6 years old as well, and their parents just go along with it. Because my dad was like, "Yeah, right. That's never gonna happen, asshole. Fuck you. Forget about that. I'm not gonna do that." And of course, he was right. That would have been extremely embarrassing to actually be called Darth Vader as an adult.
I'm sure plenty of people have changed their fucking name on their license.
Sure, but that's it's a little extreme.
Like, well, so what about is there like a specific? I don't know. Do you celebrate Christmas, or did you as a kid?
Sure.
Okay. So is there a Christmas special, a Christmas carol, something that holds meaning for you that kind of puts you in that Christmas spirit?
I don't know. We always used to play like a Disney disc with basically it's like Mickey Mouse's Christmas or something. I don't know what the record was called. But that one always kind of, I've lost it years ago, but that one always put me in the Christmas spirit. And sometimes you hear one of the songs in a department store or something, and that one works.
Nice. Let's see. I got to start marking off these questions so I can know where I'm at, because I'm sounding like I don't know what I'm doing here. This is the 90th of these. We're getting close to 100 people. Just saying. All right, so if you could go back in time and talk to little Undoomed at the age of 8, what would you tell him? What would you say to him?
Well, that's a hard question. I can't really think of any big regrets or anything that I would want to say. I don't know.
All right, well, we'll just...
I'm kind of stumped.
Okay.
No, I don't regret anything. So
nothing like invest in Microsoft or anything like that?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, get some Apple stock.
Exactly. And that's kind of the way that this thing is I word the questions specifically so the person can take it any direction they want to.
Right.
Right. So what were you like in elementary and in middle school? What are the...
Yeah, well, same. You're just troublemaker, I guess.
A little hellion?
Yeah.
Just doing your thing. What was the dumbest thing you did as a kid or craziest thing you did as a kid?
Burned a house down.
Holy shit. Wow. Talk about that. Let's hear about that, man.
It wasn't really like a residential house. It was more like a shed or something. Mm-hmm. We were in there and then fucking playing with lighters and shit. I have no idea why we got it into our heads to play with lighters inside, but we set something on fire and it just took off like crazy. Nothing we could do. I don't know what it was. Probably some plastic or something.
Well, if you told me not to do it, I was going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's, okay. Man. So was the thing totally destroyed? And
No, they got the fire department there to put it out. I think
so the fire truck did show.
Yeah, they had to fix the roof, I guess.
Yeah. Did you get in trouble for that?
Yeah.
Okay. I like the way he said, yeah. Kind of did. Yeah, man, I used to get my ass beat. Trust me, dude. I know what this is about. All right, so what about your first time with the chick? What was that like?
Awkward, I guess. Be a good word for. I don't know. I mean, I don't really remember much. I don't even remember what she was called. That's like, I was probably 15 or 14 or something. Mm-hmm. So, I remember it was on a boat.
Oh. A little nautical action, a little ocean motion there. What about the first time you got fucked up? And you know what I mean, fucked up, not buzzed, but...
Yeah, you mean drunk?
Yeah, painfully fucked up. Yeah.
First time I got drunk. Oh yeah, I think I like had a plan to sort of take like a finger of my dad's whiskey or whatever. Every day or every couple of days a week or something. I don't know. I remember, but so I could fill that into like a Coke bottle or something. And whenever I was done with that, and whenever I figured I had enough, I tried it. And of course, I was stupid as any kid would be. I took all the different fucking types of alcohol that my dad had, like whiskey and fucking sherry and anything, and just mixed it in that fucking Coke bottle, and it tastes like ass, of course.
Yeah.
And that probably helped make me much more sick, because that was probably extremely disgusting. I don't remember what it tastes like now, but you can imagine just by thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that
sounds like a toxic mix to me.
Yeah, it was everything, all types of alcohol. And yeah, that made me puke.
Right.
I got drunk as a skunk, but puked pretty quickly.
So yeah, that vomiting always usually tells you, it's you've done too much.
Yeah, and certainly didn't help with that toxic mixture though.
What about your relationship? What about music? What was the first album you bought besides the Mickey Mouse Christmas album?
I didn't buy that one, but the first. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Keep rolling.
The first thing I bought was Jean-Michel Jarre. You know that guy?
No, I don't. What kind of music is it?
It's electronica. He's kind of like I don't know. You've probably seen him. He's that guy that arranges these huge fucking concerts.
Kind of like Vangelis used to, or
yeah, exactly.
Yanni?
He's kind of the same vein. He had these, the Jean-Michel in Houston had 1 million visitors.
Damn.
Jean-Michel in Paris, same thing. He had the guy who plays. He had a guy that played saxophone for him. He was going to record a track on the Challenger. Unfortunately, that blew up.
Oh, dude.
So, that was the first kind of.
That's kind of cool, man.
I got
One of my favorite albums is a live album by Tangerine Dream called Encore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Tangerine Dream fan. I love electronic music too. It's good stuff,
yeah.
man. Who's your favorite? What's your go-to music now?
Lots of film music, actually, but other than that, probably Daft Punk.
Okay.
Or just obscure electronic music.
Yeah.
Like Audiker and shit like that.
Nice. Is that like more noise oriented, or is it more melodic type synth stuff?
Probably more noise oriented, very experimental.
Oh, I dig that shit too, man. I saw Ministry, man, in Atlanta. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right, so what was your first? Did we say concert? Did I ask you that?
Well, that would have been Jean-Michel Jarre.
Oh, dude, Oxygen, the fantastic album, and that's something everybody should hear Oxygen at least once. And I know it's on YouTube because I jammed to it a couple of days ago. that's kind of weird, man. Well, I was listening to Emerson, Lake and Palmer. But yeah, I know Jean-Michel Jarre, right, for that Oxygen album. And
he's French. I think it's Jean-Michel.
Okay, all right. So when you said Sean, I was thinking it was, somebody else.
Right.
So all right, what was high school like for you?
I don't know. I mean, I never got into any super serious stuff, never got arrested or anything, so I guess I just kept on doing what I was doing. Was sort of a bit of a troublemaker, but it was pretty good, I would say.
All right.
Never really had any big problems.
You plan on going to your 20-year reunion?
No.
That's a universal. Everybody that asks this question says the same thing. Yes. Well, and that's kind of why I ask it. It's like it's a chance to say "fuck those motherfuckers." To some people.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. That's another part of another time, another place. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about relationships? Are you married? Are you planning on getting married? What you want to have kids?
Yeah, I got my fiance.
Yep, Mrs. Undoomed.
Yep.
Is that her?
Yep.
Is that
It's Undoomed.
All right, so she is for really her. I didn't know, and people didn't know either. So that's definitively she is the real thing. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's I don't
Thank
know.
you.
My grandmother used to say, "There's always a fool for a fool," and in other words, everybody's got somebody in their future. So don't give up, people. All right, now hold on with the questions now, SSM. All right, he's gonna make me scroll back through shit. But you guys are thinking about kids?
No kids.
I feel you. I understand that.
That's not for me. I hate kids. I'm like old school Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a group therapy with Blind Press Saturday on the Picard season 1. So,
right.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to go there, man. Jesus. All right. Let's talk about movies a little bit, because your production quality is incredible, and I can see you've got an eye for you've got discerning taste when it comes to the visuals. So, what is your favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film, probably Alien.
Okay. All right, so your favorite horror director?
Sorry?
Favorite horror director?
Yeah, that would be Ridley Scott then, because he did the greatest movie.
Yep.
That I can think of in horror. I'm not a huge horror fan, so I don't really have all these names to give you there, but it's not really my favorite genre.
Right. All right. So, what about? So, do you read any horror authors? Like Stephen King,
horror?
King, H.P. Lovecraft.
I'm not a huge fan of Stephen King, but I like Dean Koontz. Is he a horror? Would you call him a horror writer?
Yeah, absolutely. Horror, suspense, that kind of thing.
He's kind of like I guess I would call him a mystery writer, but with some horror elements to them.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He like takes you on a journey, and you have to engage with intellectually with what's going on. It's not like one of those things you can read, like a fucking comic book. Some comic books, it's just you read it, you throw it away, right? He pulls you and kind of challenges you. That's good. What about sci-fi film? What is your favorite science fiction movie?
Well, that's funny because my all-time favorite movie and obviously my favorite science fiction movie would be Aliens.
Nice. So, who's your favorite sci-fi director?
Yeah, I mean that would definitely be old school Cameron. I don't know about now, but now it's just fucking avatars and shit. Not a huge fan of that, but yeah, in his heyday, he was hard to beat. That's for sure. In terms of his perfection and drive and have you seen the making of Aliens or the making of The Abyss and shit like that?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! Aliens. That guy is anal. He's probably not a nice guy to be around, but he gets the best movies.
Well, yeah, and he's persnickety with detail, and
suffers no fools.
Exactly. If it isn't exactly the way he wants it, he will get it. He will get that to come hell or high water. And I think any good artist worth his salt is going to want that for his art, to look the best as possible, to be the best as possible. And then when you watch it later, you still see shit that's wrong with it, right? That to me, that tells me I'm in a good art mode is when I view work that and I see more work that needs to be done. So all right, what's your favorite dramatic film?
dramatic film. That's a tough genre to nail down. I mean, would Saving Private Ryan be a dramatic film?
Absolutely, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of categories you're going to come up with. You could have said, "What's your favorite war movie?" next. So,
Well, no, that's
that's if you don't have that on your list, then yeah, probably Saving Private Ryan.
Private Ryan, yeah, that's a fantastic movie, and it's the most realistic. You know, that beach scene is just, I mean, it's iconic.
Oh yeah,
film wise, everything you've named film wise have been, you know, icons. You know, definite game changers, right? Scott Cameron, and
Spielberg.
Spielberg, exactly. Thank you, by the way. What about schlocky movies, like a guilty pleasure?
That's kind of. Do you mean like best of the worst, kind of red letter media schlock, or do you mean serious Hollywood movies?
I'll give you one of my examples.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guilty pleasure is something that most people would fuck with you about, you know. I'm a big fan of Poppy musically, and I also love the movie Starship Troopers. And it's like whenever that movie's on, I have to sit down and watch the fucking thing. I'm compelled.
It's a pretty good movie, though.
A lot of people tell me it's pure shit, man, but I love it. It's so fun. It's a great ride. I'm a Verhoeven fan though, so.
Yeah, he's got RoboCop and all that stuff. That's
hell
good stuff.
Yeah, man. The Ed 209 scenes, you know, another iconic science fiction thing.
Yeah, I guess RoboCop would be a schlock movie. That's certainly
absolutely.
It's awesome schlock. It's not the best of the worst kind of red letter media schlock, but it's awesome.
Yeah, it gave us Red Foreman. You know, they just leave. I love that scene. Right? What about TV series? Is there anything in particular that's caught your fancy?
Well, obviously, my favorite TV show is House MD.
Of course. That's what I kind of gathered that.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Well, second favorite would probably be Stargate SG-1.
that's what I had both of those written down. But yeah. What about what did you think of a Stargate Atlantis?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It was, maybe not as good as SG-1, but it was certainly head and shoulders above a lot of other stuff. So it was still good.
Yeah, and I'm getting the impression that you're not as snobby about this kind of shit as a lot of people get. You know what I'm saying? You know?
You probably can't be too snobby and like SG-1. It's kind of schlocky as it is.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's all fun, man. You know?
Yeah, it is. I view SG-1 as a comedy series.
Well, sometimes you just got to get out of your head, man, and just, find and laugh.
Yeah.
Especially in times like now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
All right, what about anime?
Don't know anything about anime.
Okay. That's okay. You're not alone. Usually, I'm trying to learn about it because I know the old stuff like Akira, back in the '80s stuff, even Cowboy Bebop, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Death Note, not the Netflix. Anyway, okay.
I know the names. That's about it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Death Note is kind of cool if you watch the Japanese movies. Versions, they're just as good as the anime, in my opinion. But I highly recommend them because it's a great story. You get a book where whoever you name you write in that book, they die, right?
Right.
And so, and this guy sees it as a way to, as a vigilante thing, and then it becomes more than that. It becomes a heavy duty moral challenge. It's really cool. It's cool shit. All right. So, do you have any scars to boast about?
Scars, not really.
Besides the scars you got from watching so many Queer Kid stuff episodes.
Yeah, mental scars.
I'd love to get a jab in every once in a while. That's right.
Yeah.
Scars, tattoos, anything, body piercings.
Nope.
All right,
Not
so
my thing.
all right, so we'll opine for a second and ask you: in 40 years, what do you think people would be nostalgic for?
Freedom.
That's a heavy answer. But dude, I don't disagree at all.
No, that's the serious answer anyway.
Are you aware of a girl named Barbara For You to See?
Mm-hmm.
She did this fantastic little vignette of the future where she, you basically live in a pod and you can't tell jokes. Only the government approves it. It was really good.
Right.
I'm a fan of her shit too. So what's the most useless talent you have?
It's a good question. Useless talent. Don't really know.
It's
that's kind of like I know what you're saying. It's like you're supposed to answer like juggling or something, but can't think of anything like that.
Oh, I had a cousin that could fart on command. I mean, I'm talking. Even I know, man. He was stupid. He was like funny as hell. So if you could know, all right, the absolute and total truth about one question only, what would it be?
What, seriously or funny?
Seriously, or funny, It's like you can take it wherever you want to.
Well, I mean, obviously, if I could have like the absolute truth of something, that'd be like, how can I be insanely rich? How can I have more money than God? Give me that. Otherwise, I guess I'd really like to know if there are aliens and where they are.
Well, if all the riches,
if we're alone in the universe or not, that'd be an interesting thing to know.
It'd be interesting to see if God came and asked the Catholic Church for all the gold and money they got, because that's his, really. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's I had a chance to shit on Catholicism, I did it. All right, so if you could go back in time and spend a week with any person, who would it be and why?
Probably Steve Jobs.
Nice.
I always been fascinated with his drive to just by sheer force of will change the entire world.
That's amazing. Did you see the Silicon Cowboys? I think that's the name of it.
Oh, you mean the Pirates of Silicon Valley, maybe?
No, it's I may have the title wrong. It's a documentary about some of the other guys that were developing shit back then. It's pretty cool.
Okay. I've probably seen it. I mean, there's one called Pirates of Silicon Valley, but Cowboys sounds familiar too.
Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have the full title for you. I would look it up, but I don't want to. I'm afraid I'll boomer this shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what job would you really be terrible at?
Anything with dealing with people. Oh. I couldn't do hospitality or work at a restaurant or fuck. I can't stand dealing with people.
Okay, I totally understand that too, man. What would you name your yacht?
The Executor.
Nice. Dude, you got answers for that question. That's good. All right, people. All right, I know you've got questions in the thing. I wish you would have saved them but I'm going to try to scroll back and go through when it's time for that. But now we're at the what I'm calling the Lipton pivot questions, in homage to the late great James Lipton, who did a series called Inside the Actors Studio for God knows 20 something years. He just passed away, and he would ask these questions, and it's really, he stole it from this French journalist named Bernard Pivot, who stole it from Proust, right? So, all right, it's kind of a rapid fire, say the first thing that pops in your head kind of questions. All right, what's your favorite word?
Tits.
What's your least favorite word?
Communism. It's not really about the word, though.
I feel you. Well, no, but see, one word can evoke emotion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, all right, what turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Creatively, probably, I don't know. It's just the muse that gives you an idea, that gives you a sort of a fire inside. That you just have to do this. It's hard to explain, but sometimes you just get an idea in your head and you just got to go do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to say where that comes from. It's just a spark of inspiration.
Well, all right, so what inspired you to do the Mars series?
Yeah, I was. I just saw like a space series, a documentary on some channel, and it was just really interesting because it had that sort of visual, almost like it's a visual experience, not just info dumping on you. It took its time to sort of speak slowly and then have a couple of seconds of not silence, but sound effects or music or something, and you could just look at the picture, and then the next sort of fact would come, and I just figured, I want to do something like that.
That's incredible.
And I just had to do it, and I also wanted to sort of challenge myself to do a full-length documentary from start to finish. That was, apart from the fact that I can't go and interview scientists and stay anonymous. Apart from that, I figured, I can do it as good as they can.
You did a great job, man. Your production chops are incredible. And I'm not, look, people, I've been called a dick riding sub whore before, and I'm totally denying that shit right now. I'm owning it. Fuck it, whatever. I appreciate you being candid with me. All right, so moving on. What turns you? What turns you off?
Turns me off. You're speaking still creatively, or?
That's just the question.
Right. Yeah, I mean, creatively, basically when there's other problems that you have in your life, basically, or things that you can't control but that you worry about.
Right.
It's of course fucking computer problems. That can destroy your creativity real fast.
No shit, man.
Yeah.
All right, so what noise do you love?
Noise
or sound? Yeah.
Probably, okay, yeah. If it's a noise, probably the sound of a V8.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Babies.
Wow, that's awesome. I get it, man. So what's your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
All right.
Not very creative.
When I mean, it's such a versatile word.
It's a satisfying word. It's satisfying to say it.
Well, I have had the pleasure of hearing this phrase. All right, fucking fuck that motherfucker. Fucking got fucked up. If you diagram it, you go ahead.
Yeah, see, it's people like using it. They use it as much as possible. It's very satisfying.
It is. So, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Well, I always thought my brother's profession as a doctor was really cool. Obviously, that's not something I can do. You got to start early with that shit.
Right.
So that's not something I can do, but I always thought that was cool and seemed interesting. And of course, I'd love to be an astrophysicist and that kind of stuff.
What profession would you not like to do? Like, if somebody said, "I got a job for you here," he's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, like we said before, like hospitality or doing anything with restaurants and
customer
service, being cashier.
All right, so if heaven exists, this is the final of the Lipton 10, is what I'm going to call them. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Go back?
Nice. And that, all right, so now it's time to entrust the chat with salient and gravitational questions. I don't know what word I was trying to use there. Dude, I did a lot of drugs, and I'm paying for it now. Trust me. I know I saw a couple. Let me scan the questions here. And everybody at D-Live and Twitch, what's up? Noah Dunders, nice, thanks.
Oh, you got several chats to go through?
Yeah, I'm broadcasting to Twitch, D-Live, Facebook, and YouTube currently.
Holy shit!
Through restreaming. Yeah, I'm trying to get it out there, as they say. Come on, I know I saw a question here with multiple question marks. All right, they asked Prospero, and let's say hi to Prospero because she's pretty cool.
Hey, Prospero.
Hey, Prospero. See? Now you can clip that. Fuck. Will y'all please put your questions back in and just put a lot of question marks at the end of it. I'm going crazy trying to find those questions. And I don't know. So, while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and talk about. We're kind of back at the YouTube place. So, who would you say, in your opinion, is a criminally undersubscribed YouTuber? I guess in your quote neighborhood. I don't know how to say it. In our corner of the tube.
Magog of Morscar.
Indeed.
He tries so hard.
He does, man, and he's got a dream. And I appreciate that. I do appreciate that because I got to follow mine to a certain state, and I don't regret a day of it. All right, so how about a YouTuber that you think is way overhyped?
Overhyped. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I don't like a YouTuber, I don't really pay attention. So, I mean, obviously there's all these, like all those, what the hell is his name? Logan and all those guys.
Right.
But who am I to judge what other people want to look at? Not my business.
I feel you, man. That's very that's yeah. I appreciate that.
I just don't pay attention if I don't like them.
So, what do you think is finally going to break the internet?
I don't know, coronavirus maybe.
Man, that's kind of deep, isn't it?
It's every streaming service and YouTube itself and everything has been lowering their streaming quality to try to keep up with everyone leeching right now.
The bandwidth, is being taxed for sure.
Yeah.
The Paul brothers. All right, so Timba wants to know who your favorite sci-fi author is.
Stephen Baxter, probably.
Oh wow!
You know,
I've heard that name, but I haven't read his stuff. What is it? What kind of stuff does he do?
He's kind of similar to Arthur C. Clarke, and he's even done a collaboration with Arthur C. Clarke before he died. And I love Arthur C. Clarke too. So kind of like nice hard sci-fi.
Yeah. What do you think about the director of 2001 and how he, a lot of people have a problem with Stanley Kubrick, like what he did with The Shining, that kind of thing. So having read 2001 and contrast it with the movie, what would you say?
I think the movie is it's not even a movie. It's a joke compared to the book. The book is awesome. The movie is boring as fuck.
Yeah, just the visuals.
What I would say.
I like the visuals at the end. I saw that in the theater with my grandmother.
It's like it's a 2-hour music video. Only with classical music. There's no fucking dialogue.
Now this is interesting, man, because a lot of people, say Kubrick's a fucking untouchable icon. It sounds like you think differently.
Yeah, I mean, he should have been a photographer. He's got excellent vision for nice images.
Yeah,
but he's I don't have any sort of special place for him as in terms of directing.
Would you?
Yeah, go ahead.
She's saying I'm saying. She says Kubrick, not Kubrick. I was like, I'll say it. I don't want to, honey. You know that. No, I'm just fucking with her. Yeah. What's your favorite Kubrick movie? Why he's on the tongue here?
Full Metal Jacket. That one is pretty good.
Let's see. Yeah, but he was a black and white photographer. It was fantastic with composition. His photographs are great.
Nobody can take that away from him. He certainly knows how to produce beautiful pictures.
Yeah, I did like Clockwork. I think it's a great movie, and Dr. Strangelove. See, Pat Prospero knows me better than I do. All right, so what about content? Do you have anything new coming on?
Yeah. Pretty much done with a little commentary on Picard.
Oh, killer!
That'll come out pretty soon.
Yeah, did you drink heavily during the process?
The show?
Yeah.
No, I don't. It's not like I go through the entire series or anything. It's just basically I talk about the stuff that irritated me and that I could think of at the time anyway. So it's not a super in-depth analysis or anything, and it doesn't deserve that anyhow.
All right, Straight Says Mel asks, gray or white beard Undoomed? ?
If I want that, or
I have no idea.
Well, have a beard sometimes. I like to vary, change things up.
Right.
Sometimes I have a beard, sometimes I don't.
That's an interesting question. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you answer that? Beard. Okay. What's the strangest place you ever urinated? I'm going to give you a bonus question or two.
It's the strangest place I've ever urinated. Have I urinated anywhere strange? Not really. Like an alley, I've done that. Can't really think of anything particularly strange.
What's the weirdest smell you've ever smelled?
Weirdest smell?
Does that kick your memory?
That's a weird question.
The most interesting answers tend to come from people in the medical field. I'm just saying.
Yeah, probably. You mean interesting in that way, huh?
Indeed.
Interesting as in disgusting. I don't know. Probably when you've been away and you open your fridge when you've been away for a month.
All right. So, have you ever been gullible in your life? Like somebody tricked you into doing something or believing something that wasn't true?
Not apart from women. Every man is susceptible to being fooled by women. Certainly, you've been through that.
So, what celebrity would you rate as a perfect 10?
Maybe Olivia Wilde.
Dude, that's a great choice. She was on House.
Yeah.
And kind of pixie-ish. I can see it. He almost looks like a Romulan.
And especially in Tron.
She would make a sexy Romulan, dude. Hey, there are some takes from Picard this year. You know what I'm saying? Peyton List as the Romulan was great. So, man, we're at the point where it's like I'm running out of questions, and people are asking. I think Prospero wanted to know what your favorite genre of music is, and you answered that earlier.
Pretty much electronic music would be my favorite.
Yeah, don't you play the music that's on all your videos?
Yeah. I do music myself.
Well, I didn't see. I didn't really even explore that, man, because so that means you're definitely a musical person. Did you study piano or anything like that? Guitar?
A little bit of piano. Didn't get too many lessons, so I'm not that good at playing it. But I like writing music, and playing it is just basically what I do to get it into my computer, and then I can take it from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. There's a channel that I don't know if you are aware of it. This guy named Rick Beato. He was he was a rock engineer producer, and he talks a lot about theory and like modes and things like that, modality, and so you can apply it to any kind of music, right? Some of the stuff that he tells. Anyway, he's fascinating. He breaks songs down. I'm a big rock freak, so it's my cup of tea. So
right.
So as we get to the wrapping up point, Duck Dog wants to know what your favorite guilty pleasure food is.
Probably ribs, like baby back ribs.
Dude.
That's always nice.
hickory smoke or
hickory, yeah, like wet.
Sticky.
Yeah.
That's some of the best things in life are wet and sticky.
Oh yeah.
Shit, man. So, all right. So the last thing I ask, the question is, before we part, it's a tradition to show your channel. A final word for the chat and people watching.
Yeah, just go subscribe to my channel on it. Just search for Undoomed, and
links are in the description. I've got your
yeah.
I've got your main channel and your Twitter.
Yep. Same thing on Twitter, just Undoomed.
Exactly.
Yeah. And other than that, just thanks for hanging out with us, I guess.
Well, yeah, everybody. And I want y'all to know this. I was supposed to have a different guest this week, and they backed out because of family shit related to this Corona thing. I had hit up Undoomed like a couple months back, and he said, he needed, a shorter thing, and I'm already booked into May, right? And I said, I'll just give it a shot and see what happens. And he said yes, man. And it was so generous of him. I really want to, take a moment here to publicly thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
It's so far, I've had an awesome time, man. You definitely.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think I've been interviewed with pre-written questions before.
yeah. That's kind of, I try to put a little bit into it. But without any further ado, people, I guess we've got all the questions we're going to get. This time next week, I will be speaking with a guy named Scribe Light, if you know who he is. I'll have the promo for that out by Wednesday. And I got Rarist coming up. Do you know her? Do you know who she is?
It sounds familiar. Can't place it right now.
Yeah, she's like this sexy redhead, busty redhead. She's awesome. She talks about stuff, sci-fi, TV, Picard, things like that. And you're a big fan.
What was her name again?
Her name's Rarist, Rawrist. Because Rara means I love you in dinosaur. That's what she says, man. She's what word am I looking for? Eccentric. Eccentric. She's unique and cool to a point of where she's very entertaining. And on that note, people, of course, every Friday night we're going to do the cringe binge with the Creem stream. It's still fun. So you know where we're at, midnight Eastern on Fridays. And on that note, I'm going to say bye-bye, Mr. Undoomed. How about you?
All right. Take care, everyone.
Every week on Friday, midnight Eastern, the Creem stream, the weekly world news for YouTube. Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern, the ice cream interviews, fascinating people. Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, hot takes with the Butter Baron, watching horrible shit